foundation for a new reality. So in the midst of chaos, tohu vavohu, in the midst of confusion and doubt and degradation and isolation, this mystic begins to imagine that the Elohim has shaped and formed something out of nothing. All the things that we can't see, translucent energy, higher frequencies of vibration, and even dense matter. Formed where? Right here. And then manifested out here. Everything we see, everything you touch, everything you're writing, believe it or not, began in one place. Right here. This building, the pens, the paper. They all began right here. Now the difference between a slave knowing this and a master knowing this is how they understand their relationship to what they have, to their world. And so this person in exile begins to imagine that they can be free in their mind. Because if they're free in their minds, if they know how to inhale that which is vitalistic and life-giving, follow me, and let go of that which is negative, they're always in the pattern of renewal and rejuvenating life. Never still, never stagnant. So in the beginning, this translucent power is created out of the powerful ones. And they bring everything into being. Now then the story goes on, and you see through a series of days. I'm doing it at the first level now. We're just going to tell the story now. At the first level, this writer is telling a story about how he imagines the world was created. So first there was confusion, doubt, stagnation. And then this intelligent power hovers over this confusion, doubt, and stagnation. And it says, Vayehi or, let there be light. You see, when you're in the midst of confusion, the first thing you got to do is bring some light on the matter. You hear what I'm saying? Says, let there be light. They can feel, that is, the power can feel that there's something potential there, but it can't see it yet. It's just intuiting it. Then to bring clarity to the situation, says, let there be light. And when this power says, let there be light, light appears. Here's another lesson right here. Understand the relationship between your thought, your vocal vibration, and its manifestation. Anything that you say with enough feeling, guess what? It's going to happen. Anything that you say with enough energy, it's going to manifest. So the Elohim, with energy and power, they speak, let there be light. And the light appears. And then they separate the light from the darkness, and the night from the day, and the evening from the morning. They don't try to get rid of it. Oh, now I'm saying something else. They don't try to get rid of it. There's nothing to get rid of. They simply begin to organize it differently. So that there's a distinction between the darkness and the light. There's a distinction between the night and the day. There's a distinction between the evening and the morning. But everything has its place in divine order once you participate in co-creating divine order. So the Elohim create divine order, and out of darkness and confusion comes a distinction between night and day, or between the subconscious part of our minds, talking about us now, and the conscious part of our minds. And that day is called Yom Echad. Not a day of oneness, but a day of unity between the dark and the light, rearranged differently now. You hear what I'm saying? You don't stay in the confusion, you begin to reorganize that thing. There was evening and there was morning the second day, the first day. Then the Elohim, they speak again, according to the writer. And now they separate the waters above from the waters below in the midst of all this chaos. And when they do that, they create air. Or let's put it this way, they begin to create clarity. Clarity between that which seems to be confused and that which has the possibility to see something new. It's called the dome. It's a metaphor between the superconscious part of consciousness, consciousness, and then the subconscious. Y'all follow me on this? Because see, what I'm trying to show you is that at the same time that something is developing in the macrocosm, there's a being who's being constructed in the microcosm. So that as above, so below. So simultaneously, the Elohim are bringing into existence these forces of nature. They're also embedded in the human being. So the superconscious is like I told you in the meditation. Just imagine that you bring in energy from Hashemayim, the heavens above. There's no limit. There are no boundaries. It is all expansive. All you need to do is reach your mind up there and get it. You know what I just said? All you need to do is reach your mind up there. When you raised your hands up last night, reach your mind up there too and get it. Then you connect that with what's going on in the subconscious, all those dreams, all those hopes, all those aspirations, even those fears. They have a place because they can motivate you. They can move you forward if you understand them in their proper place. And then with the conscious part of the mind, that's where you organize and see things clearly. You all with me so far? Yes. Then on the third day, the writer tells us that there's water and there's dry land. You follow me? And now the Elohim began to separate the water from the dry land. Put all the water in one place and put all the earth in one place. But that's one problem. That's only potentiality. It's just dry land. Then the Elohim had to speak. I want you to hear what I'm just saying. That's my two part. Then the Elohim had to speak to the dry land and transform it into fertile earth. You follow that step? Yep. The dry land has potential, but it still has to be cultivated. The ideas have potential, but you got to till and cultivate those ideas in order for the fertile earth to bring up the fruitation, the vegetables, and the trees. These are all metaphors. So now we got 3 days. These 3 days are just laying the foundation. You ever thought about that when you read Genesis chapter 1? These first 3 days are just laying the foundation for something else. You got darkness and light. You got sky and waters above and below. And you got land that changes from dry land to fertile earth. That's the foundation. When you have a plan, you got to lay the foundation. Take your time and cultivate it. Look at from a variety of points of view. And work with a team, because the Elohim in the Hebrew, more than just one. They are called the powers. I'm going to show you that in a moment. It's not a singular being, but they're called the powers. The powers. Masculine and feminine powers. Conscious and subconscious powers are working together. The elements also appear here. Fire, water, air, and earth. The primordial elements of creation. But we still just laid the foundation, Doc. We haven't done anything else yet. Then on the fourth day, and remember now, this person is still just using their imagination. They're trying to think about what it was like. Do you have imagination to think about what it was like? Because if you can't think about what it was like, you can't imagine what it could be. Teach it now. Imagination is a two-way portal, you see. Now, if y'all can step on back with me, will you see where we're going? He says or the writer says now on the fourth day, and that's what I read from. You laid the foundation on the first day of light and darkness. But now on the fourth day, you got to have it something that it does. So there's a function for the lights now. You follow me? So now the sun and the moon and the stars appear so that they can govern and direct. Direct what? Times, seasons, days, and years. Think about that. Biblical, I don't want to call it astrology, but it's something like that. It's something like that. Times, seasons, days, and years. When you pay attention to the sign of the zodiac, not something that you worship, but in terms of the